Go.
Hey y'all, welcome to the kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. Come on and have a seat around the table. We're gonna make a simple chicken fried rice today. So inside my trusty wok, I have just a couple tablespoons of oil. I use canola oil because that's what I had on hand. I wouldn't really use olive oil because it might affect the flavor of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our chicken cooking. This is real, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and just slide my chicken inside the pan, inside my wok. The wok is really hot, y'all. If I didn't say that already, it is a hot wok. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our chicken cooked, and you want to do that while the oil is hot. Let's go get it done. So we're gonna get this nice and cooked. If you guys could simply smell the salt and pepper and the garlic powder, is what I put on this chicken. The salt, pepper, and garlic powder is all I did when I added it to the hot oil. And you always want to make sure you season at every level. You want to make sure you're seasoning your chicken before you put it into the wok, into the oil, because you want your chicken to taste good too. So, and how much chicken? I don't know. This is actually, I was going to use chicken thighs is what I really wanted to use, but I actually couldn't find them in the grocery store, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So we're going to use, we're using chicken tenders. So and if you have chicken breasts, just slice them up long ways and then dice them. That's all you need to do. And we're gonna get these cooking really fast. You don't want to overcook them because chicken tenders, chicken breasts have a tendency of being, can be considered dry if you go too far, too long with them. We're also gonna use my seasonings that I have here. We got soy sauce, a little oyster sauce. We got some sesame oil. I got a little fish sauce. I got some chili garlic sauce. We're going to put in salt and pepper, and we're going to use a plethora of vegetables as well. My family, we enjoy mushrooms, so I'm going to saute up some mushrooms in here. And if you notice, look, these are about to go bad at the grocery store. That does not go bad. They can't sell them past a certain date. So today, I was able to pick up some baby bellas that's going to go well into our fried rice. So it's going to be really good inside there. I got some baby corn, or some corn that I was in a canned corn, the long ones, and I just cut them up. I got some water chestnuts. These were in a can, and they were just simply sliced. And so all I did was put them on a cutting board and chop them up so that we don't have just big old pieces of water chestnuts floating throughout. And we also have some chopped onions. This is about one whole onion. And we're also going to use rice and peas, of course. We are going to put an egg in. And this is some broccoli florets, fresh broccoli. And this is my rice that I actually made yesterday, that we're going to use so that we can so that it'll be fried rice. Because what's fried rice without the rice, right? So just keep an eye out on your chicken, because you don't want it to really brown. You don't really want a whole lot of color on this, but a little isn't too bad, because I will continue to say it that there is flavor in the brown. I also have some green onion that we're gonna slice and dice and put inside our fried rice as well. And because I can and I like to, I always use butter, and I always like to use some garlic butter as well. So these are the ingredients that we're going to use today in our fried rice. I also have some bell pepper here. Look, I know bell pepper doesn't normally go in fried rice, but I have it. You don't have to put in your fried rice what you want to. You can make this a total vegetable fried rice. Add the bell pepper. Don't add the chicken. And don't use the butter or the garlic butter. You can use a plant-based butter, and now it's a vegan fried rice. Add some squash or some zucchini that would be good in here. And like I said, we're gonna have some peas and carrots. I always like to use frozen peas and carrots, and I always like to put that in at the end of whatever I'm doing. When I'm doing this, only because I like the brightness of the peas and carrots when they go inside, when they're cooking. While this is cooking, I'm gonna get my egg and I'm gonna start scrambling it up, because you never want to put a whole egg without beating it first into your fried rice, and you want to make sure that it scrambles well. So I'm gonna show you a trick to get it throughout your rice at the same time, so that you can see those rices. And then I'll tell you what they do, how they do it, to make sure that you get the rice and the egg inside of their rice. One second, let me grab a couple eggs. Now look, when they're frying their fried rice, what they like to do is they'll make a well in the middle, like they do all these vegetables, and then they add a little well in the middle. And what they end up doing is they actually end up scrambling the egg right inside the wok with all the other vegetables. I don't have that skill set yet. So what am I gonna do? Trey gonna scramble these eggs separately. We're gonna have a scrambled egg separately. And I'm gonna use, it's about 4 of us in the house, or 3.5, I guess, whenever my son comes home. So I'm gonna do about 3 eggs. I have a lot of rice. So I'm gonna use 3 eggs, and we're gonna scramble them up. So what happens if you don't have any rice to use? You can use ramen noodles. You know those ramen noodles that you buy, those 25-cent or 39-cent packs of rice, of ramen noodles? Boil those things up. Do the same process. Take those ramen noodles and add them, boil them on the side, and then add them into all your veggies, and now you got lo mein. Look at there. Cooking is not hard. It's just you trying to figure out, how can I do this differently, and making that kind of thing happen. So I'm gonna grab a bowl, and we're gonna take our chicken. So give me 1 second. This is real. This is me running through my kitchen as if I was doing this without you guys watching. And that's what I want you guys to see. I don't really have a recipe. I use just basic ingredients. And the ingredients that I use, it's just how I feel the food tastes. Or I'll go and I'll do some research and be like, what's in Kung Pao chicken? Oh, I could do that. Or what's in fried rice? Oh, this, and this. I can make that. I got all of those ingredients at home. So that's how we're doing this. So this is fried rice tray style, not Chinese style, just fried rice tray style. So as my cousin Art Terrell says, East Side fried rice, shouty. So we're making our East Side fried rice. So some of these pieces of chicken is kind of big, and I'm just going to take my little spatula here, and I'm just going to break some of them up. But for the most part, chicken tenders, this chicken is done, and I'll let you guys actually see it after. Let me cut one in half, cut it in half, and actually let you guys see that the chicken really is done. And so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it all out. Juice and all, right? And now what I want to do is I want to start sauteing up our vegetables. Oh wait, I told you we were going to do our eggs and get them to the side. Listen, you can scramble an egg with anything. This is one of my good knives. So, ooh, don't tell nobody I did this in real life. Oh, I just did. I told everybody. I'm in trouble. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my butter, and I'm just going to cut a piece off, and I'm going to drop it right in the center of my wok. Drop it in the center of my wok. Get this melting, and it's okay. You don't want it to burn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable oil so it keeps it from burning. brings it up to a higher smoke point. And what I want to do is I want to be able to scramble those eggs in here too. So I'm going to scramble my eggs and then I'm going to put them alongside my chicken. So give me 2 seconds. Get this melted. And all you want to do is make sure you're stirring your wok as you're pouring in your eggs. Okay? So we want to do and keep stirring them. And I'm going to tell you guys the secret to fluffy eggs is this right here. It's all in how you stir your eggs. You want them to start cooking a little bit, like as if you were making an omelet of sorts. You want them to start cooking on the bottom, and then you want to push that cooked egg up off of the bottom. So you're getting 2 lessons in one here, guys. You're getting fluffy eggs and you're getting chicken fried rice. But that's how you make your fluffy eggs. You let them set on the bottom, and then you go to the side and you just scrape them off the bottom, and you just keep moving them just like that. Do you see how they're becoming fluffy? It looks like ribbons right now, and that's what you want to see when you're cooking your eggs. Just tray tip. Now, do we want to season this? Absolutely. You know why? Because it is all still part of the cooking process. I'm not going to add any salt, but I am going to add a little pepper. And I'm not adding salt to it because we already have some salt in our chicken. And we also have our soy sauce that is not low sodium. So we want to be mindful of the salt that we put in so that it's not too salty. Do you guys see how fluffy our eggs are becoming? And it's okay if the eggs begin to stick on the bottom. It is okay. Look, that'll all come up. So don't you dare worry your pretty little head about that. So here we go. Our eggs are beginning to set, and they're nice and fluffy. And you want to not leave these eggs at a medium. You want to go ahead and cook these eggs in their entirety. And just like real life, eggs will pop if you don't get them going. So you want to cook these eggs to fully cook and not, you want to cook them hard and not just to a medium. But if you cook them to a medium right here, because that's how you like your eggs, it's fine. They're going to cook a little bit more when we add the rice and everything in it anyway. So now that we've gotten our eggs done, I'm going to pour them out nice and fluffy and pretty. And we're not cleaning the bottom of our pan at all, guys. We're just going to keep it rolling. So I'm going to add a little bit more butter and a little bit more oil just to keep the butter again from browning. And we're going to throw our mushrooms in. These are sliced mushrooms, so no need of, you don't have to actually clean these off because they're already sliced, and it makes it virtually impossible. Never, ever, 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 ever rinse your mushrooms. Why, Trey? Because mushrooms are porous. And what actually, and I'm going to break these up as I'm doing this because I want to spread out our mushrooms. They're going to shrink as they cook anyway. But mushrooms are porous. So because mushrooms are porous, if you put them under water, then what'll actually happen is that they will absorb that water, and it'll be hard to get them brown like you want them. So we're going to go ahead and get these going as well. Got our butter, got our oil, and it's okay. We're going to add a little, it's okay that the pan looks a little dry. We're going to add a little pepper, and a little garlic powder. And again, we're not going to add very much more salt because our other items, our sauces have some salt in it. And we'll taste it. And of course, we also, when we made our rice with some salt in it too. You want to make sure that your rice is at least a day old. If you got a hankering for it at the last minute, you can always make the rice in advance, but put it in the refrigerator. It needs to be cold when it comes to your stir fry. Not already hot, because if it's hot, then what it's going to do when it gets into the skillet or the wok, it's going to become mushy. It's going to overcook. But if you start it off when it's cold, then it has nowhere to go but to reheat. And that's how you want to make sure that, y'all saw that? It's okay. My stovetop is clean. Y'all see me wiping it off all the time. So it is clean. I'm going to need to get some more paper towels, just like being in the kitchen. But I'll get those momentarily. But this is real, y'all. This is real life. This is real life kitchen stuff. This is how my kitchen rolls. And just like that, I blow it out and keep rolling. No panics over here. So, I growing up, my mom would make fried rice all the time for us growing up. And her way of making fried rice is not how I make my fried rice nowadays. I'm gonna add some more butter. Not how I make my fried rice. She would go to the store and she would buy those, I don't know who makes it, but there's a packet of fried rice mix. So she would buy that. So it's been a long time, right? And she would buy bamboo shoots. We didn't like carrots. So she wouldn't really buy the carrots, but she would buy canned peas. So everything for us was canned, as now I have switched over to doing stuff like frozen instead. So we're going to use frozen peas and frozen carrots. But for some reason, with the bamboo shoots and the corn and all that stuff, it was so good. I'm going to go ahead and add our onions to our mixture, to our mushrooms, and we're really just at this point building our fried rice. We want to make sure the onions are nice and translucent, and since our mushrooms have already began to cook and get soft, by the time the onions catch up, we'll be right on time. Now, we'll add some seasoning after a while to the onions. We're not going to season any more of our vegetables right now. So the next thing we'll actually end up doing is start our building process. The longest part is cooking the eggs, the chicken, and making sure your these vegetables are nice and soft and cooked through. And I have the range top all the way up on high, and that's what you want to make sure that you do. We're going to add our peas and carrots and our broccoli last, along with our corn and our water chestnuts, only because you want to make sure the broccoli stays nice and vibrant, and the longer it sits inside the heat, it'll start turning. The same with the peas, and the same thing with the carrots. And now we're just actually beginning to build. Man, I'm clumsy today. Y'all see all this? Okay, so while this is going, we're going to add some soy sauce. How much soy sauce? I don't know, Trey. I don't know. But I don't know why I got this top on it. Let's say we're going to use let's start off maybe with quarter cup of soy sauce. That's what we're going to do. Let's just say that sounds about right. And then we're going to add a little fish sauce. Have y'all ever smelled fish sauce? A little bit goes a long way, so be careful. It's pungent, and it smells like fish. It really does. Not in a good way. So you're only going to want to use maybe like a teaspoon of that to start, because you want to be able to. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's beginning to smell good in here. Good. Now, if you had some garlic that I didn't mince up garlic. I didn't make garlic paste. And I didn't do ginger, which I normally would. I would make garlic paste and I would do a ginger. You can do minced garlic in here. You can throw your chopped up ginger in here as well. I got a little bit of oyster sauce. We're going to add some oyster sauce to this too. How much, Trey? I don't know. Let's go with that much, which is probably about a teaspoon. I don't know. It's really hard. I don't really use recipes. And that's part of my, I think, Southern charm, is that I don't use recipes, because I feel like recipes is someone else's idea of how they think your food should taste, and I think you should be the judge of how your food should taste. So we've got our soy sauce, we've got some fish sauce, and some oyster sauce in here. I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame oil, and this is what really gives it that nice Asian flavor. How much? Not a lot, for real. Like maybe a quarter of a teaspoon, not a lot at all, because this can really make or break your dish. Seriously. it can make or break your dish. So we want to, do y'all see how nice and colorful this is? Now you say, Trey, there's a lot of liquid in there. Yeah, but don't worry about it. The rice and the chicken and the eggs and the broccoli and the corn and the peas and the carrots is all going to soak all that up, so don't worry about it. But what I do want to do is I want to add some more garlic. Because I didn't mince up my garlic, I want to make sure I got enough garlic. So I want to say that I just added maybe a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Not garlic salt, but garlic powder. Make sure it's not the super fine garlic powder, because that can clump up in your sauce and actually give you a sense of garlic balls, and that's not what you want at all. Okay, so now that we've got that going, we're gonna go ahead and add some more butter. I'm a butterhead for real, y'all, for real. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter, and then we're gonna go ahead and add our rice, because I want this to be nice and buttery and good. I know you don't really think of butter when you think of fried rice, but that rice has got to be on point. And while that's melting, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of our rice in. Now, I don't want you guys to misunderstand when I say this is fried rice. This is not hibachi. There's a difference between hibachi rice and fried rice. Hibachi rice is actually cooked on a flat top grill. And that's why they're able to get those nice crunchy bits on the bottom, which is another fantastic thing. I do enjoy hibachi, and maybe one day we'll show you hibachi, show you the actual difference between hibachi, although it's pretty much the same ingredients, but it's not the same because we're not using the flat top. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the rice. This is the rice that I made a day or so ago. This is rice that I actually, why is it rice yellow and not white, Trey? Well, one, I cooked this in vegetable broth and not water, and that's the reason why I took on the color of the vegetable broth. So don't fret your pretty little head over why my rice is a totally different color. It's simply, nothing is wrong. I like flavor when I cook, so I added a little vegetable stock when I did it. So I'm gonna throw in our rice, and I am notorious for making way too much. So I wanna make sure that I get in here and I break this rice up and I get it all in here. I think when I made this rice, I think I made maybe like a cup and a half of rice is what it was. And I think I just maybe added half of that. So 3/4, I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna add a little bit more. Maybe that's a whole half. Y'all see all this rice that just don't want to go into the pot, so let's be careful. I don't want it to burn and start smelling up my house. And then I have to turn on the vent all over again. There we go. Look at it. Look at this. I know it looks like all the same color, but wait till we add our veggies and things inside of it. It's going to be phenomenal. And you can actually hear it. It's beginning to sizzle on the bottom, which is telling me that all of my nice little, my butter and all of my sauce that was in the bottom of it is beginning to go away. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead, just close my eyes and do it. Why not? Why not just close your eyes and add all the rice? So we use a cup and a half of rice. Is what I end up doing. Now I'm also gonna go ahead and add some more butter, and then I'm gonna toss in some garlic butter, and then we're gonna start adding our vegetables. I'm gonna go ahead and put our corn in because it's not gonna hurt us, and we're gonna add our water chestnuts. That's not gonna hurt either. Might overflow our pan, so be careful as you're stirring. You want to gently fold this in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop in our broccoli too while we're here, and we're gonna add some more butter, and then we'll start adding in our garlic butter. Like I said, at this point we're just tossing everything in, and we're gonna try to be as gentle as possible as we're getting this in, so that we don't lose any of our stuff. Now, if you don't have a wok, because what happens if you don't have a wok? You can easily do this in a skillet. You can easily do all of this same work in a skillet. Oh my goodness. Maybe I shouldn't have used so much rice. It's okay. But you guys see how the process. We're gonna let this cook for a second and get that broccoli nice and bright green. I'm gonna add some garlic butter to our dish. And this is just garlic butter that I found in Sam's. And I primarily only use it for making fried rice. Sometimes I'll use it for fish or some pork chops, but primarily it's for my fried rice. When I'm in that mood for my fried rice. Let's grab our peas and carrots. Y'all, I'm having to pour some of this out. It's a lot, but we're gonna make it work. We are. And then we're gonna taste it and we're gonna see where we stand, what we need to add, because we still have plenty of our sauces that we can add. We can add more pepper if we need to. I can tell already my family, we like pepper, and we haven't even added our garlic chili powder paste yet. Let me get our peas and carrots. How much peas and carrots? I don't know. However much you think you need. Maybe that's a half a cup, maybe. So yeah, maybe a half a cup to a cup. You gauge it. You start pouring and then see what you like. And if it doesn't look like it has enough, then you add some more. Oh my goodness, it looks good. All you're really doing, the reason why we added that to the last thing, more rice, more onions, things are falling out. This shouldn't be this messy, but this is sometimes how we cook. I don't want people to say, oh my gosh, when I cook, it never looks like that. And maybe it doesn't look like this. But sometimes it does, and it's okay that things are falling over. As long as you clean it up as you go, or as long as you clean it up when you're done. I prefer you clean it up as you go. Then it's okay. You're okay. Life is okay. So we've added everything inside of our fried rice. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to taste this. That's our garlic butter right there, y'all. Make sure you get that all over the place. Now, I'm going to do this one thing. I'm going to add the chili paste to our chicken so that when I go to toss my chicken into my fried rice here, that it's already got all of that incorporated, and all we have to do is just get it mixed up. Wow, Trey. Is it really going to go in? I don't know what it's going to look like, but we sure going to try. And listen, you don't have to make this super spicy. If you don't like spicy, then don't add the garlic, chili garlic paste. We like spicy in our house, so I added some, and I'll also keep some on the side. We can always top it off with some more. If you like sriracha is something you can use instead of the garlic chili paste. Okay, let's go ahead and get our, I think what I'm smelling here is, I smell my food when I cook. I think we're gonna need a little bit more sesame oil and a little bit more of everything else. But let's go ahead and add all of this, our chicken, garlic paste, and our eggs. And as you put your eggs in, make sure you are chopping them up so they get distributed throughout your dish. And I'm gonna go ahead and just start breaking them up right here in the bowl, just like that, as I add them. Oh my goodness. Is this gonna fall over or what? I don't know what's gonna happen here. But it looks good though. But be gentle and just go to the outside and fold in. This way things are not on the edge. See how I'm doing it here? Inside and fold. Go to the outside and fold in, making sure you're going all the man overboard. Make sure you go all the way to the bottom and come in through the center, turning it over just like that. Just like that. And just be gentle. Take your time and get it in here. Look, y'all, our fried rice is by Ned done. I'm gonna get my tasting spoon, and then we're gonna taste this and add and adjust whatever we need to. At the same time, I'm gonna turn down this eye. son doesn't get a tasting spoon this time, he'll live. So we're gonna go in. Oh, it smells good. It smells, you can smell the chili paste. You can smell the sesame oil and all the vegetables as they're heating up and cooking. And look how vibrant this broccoli looks. That's what you want. You want your green vegetables to stay green. And so let's just take a taste and see what we need, or what we need to adjust. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. It needs nothing else. The only thing I'd say it needs some more heat. Other than that, it's good. I hope you try this at home. Let me know if you do. Tag me in it. Trey Watson on Facebook, Trey Watson on Instagram. And you can, I'm glad you took the time to watch our video on YouTube. Make sure you click the notification bell, hit subscribe, make a comment, thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know if you like it or if you tried it. I look forward to cooking with you again. See you next time in my kitchen. Love you all. Big hugs and tight squeeze.